Hello everyone, it's me, Jemma, and I am excited because it's hot. It makes me think of holidays. I really want to go to Jamaica, but I can't afford to go to Jamaica, so I'm going to bring Jamaica here and make Jamaican ginger cake. To start with, you're going to need 375 grams of soft unsalted butter, then 330 grams of soft dark brown sugar. You can use dark muscovado if you want, that's just as good. And then I have got 225 grams of black treacle. If you're in America, you could use molasses. Basically looks like this. In England, we call it treacle. And as if that wasn't sticky and gooey enough, I've got 75 grams of golden syrup. Once that's all in, pop your mixer onto a medium to high speed and beat it for about 5 minutes. That's been beating for 5 or 6 minutes. It's gone really light and fluffy and it's got paler in colour. So now we need to add the eggs. And I've got 6 large free-range eggs. I'm going to add them one at a time, beating quite well in between each one. Next thing to put in is the flour and the spices. I've got 375 grams of self-raising flour here, and I'm just going to add to that 5 tablespoons of ground ginger, and this is going to give it a real kick. Just whack that in. And then 3 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, and then just give it a little whisk just to incorporate that all through the flour. I'm just going to pop it in my mixer and just have it on a really low speed. And then when it's just starting to come together, you're going to put 4.5 tablespoons of sour cream in there and just have it on a low speed while you do that. And there's one last thing to put in here, and that is stem ginger. And I'm just going to put them in and fold them through with my spatula. Just fold them really gently. And then when you feel like that's all evenly distributed, it's time to put them in cake tins. And then as best you can, put an even amount in each one. You don't want to have one fat layer and one thin layer, that would be weird. And then just using your spatula or a palette knife, just even it out a little bit. And these pans, I've just greased and lined the bottom. These are now ready to go in the oven, so I've got an oven preheated to 170 degrees C, and I'm going to put them in for 25 minutes. Right, so while it's in the oven, we can get on with making the cream cheese icing. So that's super easy. Start with 150 grams of softened unsalted butter. Just whack that in the mixer. And then 240 grams of cream cheese. And then just whip that up for about a minute or two, just to make it really sort of well combined and a bit light and fluffy. So start on a low speed and then make it fast. Right, so that's had about a minute and it's gone all really well combined. It's kind of fluffed up a bit, as you can see, and so it's ready to have the icing sugar put in. So I've got 840 grams of icing sugar, which I've sifted, and I'm going to put half in now, beat it up for a little minute or two, and then repeat with the second half. Right, it's ready for the second half. Right, that's had about a minute for each bit of sugar. It's looking really good and it's tasting pretty damn good. Pop that to one side, keep it somewhere cool but not in the fridge, because you're going to need to spread it, and putting it in the fridge is going to make it set a bit hard, but you can keep this for up to a week in the fridge. Right, they've had 25 minutes, so let's just see if they're ready. Ooh, yeah, that's completely clean, so take them out and leave them to cool. Right, so I've got all 3 layers, they've completely cooled down now, and I've taken the tops off 2 of them, and I've got one more left to do. So I've got a really sharp knife. You can use a cake level if you like, but if you don't have one, just a sharp knife. So just find a nice high point and just try and keep the knife as level as possible, and turning the cake as you go. Ta-da! I've got my cream cheese icing, which I made earlier. So just spread it all around with your palette knife. So once you've got a nice even layer on. You need to layer up. So get another piece of your cake, lay it on top. Try and line it up as best you can. And do the same again. Just gently pop it on. So now I'm going to give it a crumb coat. So what a crumb coat is, it's a layer of icing which is kind of thin, but what it does is it locks in all the crumbs so that you don't pick it all up and have dotty icing and it's all horrible and dotty. And then we do the same with the top as well. Be careful of the corners because sometimes the corners are a bit weak like that. Right, so once you've completely covered your cake, just pop it in the fridge for about 20 to 30 minutes and that will firm it all up so you've got a really nice base to make your fancy pants icing on. Okay, so my cake has been in the fridge for about half an hour and it's set nice and firm, so now it's a really nice bed for me to lay my soft, smooth white icing on. So give it a little shuffle around. So I always like to do the sides first and the top last. The next bit I'm going to do is the best bit. I have bashed up some ginger nut biscuits and in a pestle and mortar, and I'm going to just sprinkle these all over the top. This is crystallized ginger. It's basically like candy. Ta-da! What a beauty! Right, I think it's time I tasted this bad boy. It's got a really nice kick to it because of that ginger, but it's really creamy and dense. That's tasty. Well, if you like this video and you like this recipe, then you should check my book out because this is from my book and it's really exciting and it's coming out very soon and you can buy it by clicking on the link. And if you want to see more videos by me, then don't forget to subscribe by clicking that link. And tell me what you think about it all in the comments box below. I need more cake.